Welcome to my Mercedes-Benz C63 AMG. All right, let's go for a ride. Let me grab my phone real quick. Perfect, got even the perfect phone holder for this car. All right, V8. Kind of sound that never gets boring. Up. Put it in D. Let's hit it. All right, so welcome to this very first video of the AutoNext YouTube channel. I'm super happy to take you for a little spin with my very own Mercedes-Benz C63 AMG. I have this car now for I think 3 months, something like that. I was lucky enough to find it while searching for cars again, like we petrolhead people do quite often. And yeah, I stumbled on it somewhere in the Netherlands, and it was immediately yeah, triggered by the very special configuration, something you don't see very often on a C63. And I was like, yeah, I gotta see this car in real life, gotta check it out. Saw it in real life. Was at Gallery Alderlingen. Yeah, a very special place. It's like a museum. It looks like a museum. Very special cars. They're more focused on old cars. So somehow this was, yeah, a weird car between everything they have for sale. But went for a test drive and immediately fell in love with the incredible, yeah, first of all, the incredible engine and the wonderful configuration. So about this configuration, it's a very rare color. It's Dolomite brown metallic, which is yeah, oil notification because it consumes a lot of oil. So I need to fill a bit of oil in it. So no, a very special configuration, Dolomite brown metallic, which is, I think, I did some research, it's the second most rare color on a C63. So, I do like color, so that's nice. And then we have the Zinho sand leather colored interior. Yeah, really love it. And then even dark wooden inserts in the interior. So very special configuration. Lots of chrome on the outside and not a single badge inside. So it's a true sleeper. First thing I noticed when driving this thing, it's really not that comfortable. It's quite yeah, it's a very rough suspension. Even it's only sitting on 19-inch wheels all round. It's really like, okay, we're in Belgium. Don't forget, roads are not the best here. But it's not the smoothest ride you'd expect from a Mercedes-Benz. But that's not a big issue when you floor it and you have the rumble of that 6.2 V8. All right. So yeah, I'm gonna take you for a little spin, talk to you just about the car, how I'm living with it. So yeah, about my first, because I only did 2,000 kilometers with it since I have it, so I don't drive it every day. But I try to live a bit with it, and it's a really easy going car. All the buttons are like, yeah, within reach. The interior is very minimalistic. I like minimalist interiors. Not a lot of buttons on the steering wheel, which is a big thing today. You need to have 10,000 of buttons everywhere or a million screens. I have this very small screen. It's really cute. It's integrated in the dashboard. I do like that because I don't really like when screens pop out everywhere. And I have an analog display, which is really cool. Typical Mercedes-Benz, you got the speedometer in the middle and the rev counter somewhere else, stuck, yeah, lost somewhere in the dash. But it looks really classy. And with the facelift, I get this beautiful steering wheel because I don't really like the steering wheel of the pre-facelift version. But yeah, small thing. Besides this being a facelift one, it's also the performance one. So it has 30 horsepower more compared to the non-performance one. So it has 487 horsepower in total and 600 newton meters torque, which is a lot for a naturally aspirated V8 engine. Gearbox is like yeah, the gearbox really wants you to drive a little faster. It doesn't like being around 1,000, 1,500 RPM, so not not the best. So yeah, it's a car that really wants to go. So no, performance version, 487 horsepower. It goes like a train. It's crazy how bloody fast this thing is. So the engine, yeah, it's an incredible masterpiece. So the 6.2 liter was, I think it was introduced in 2006 in the E63, so not yet the C63. Engine developed by Bernd Hamler, also the guy who was responsible for the 5.7 V10 engine of the Carrera GT, so that's a pretty badass thing. And this engine, so the M156, was the first in-house developed engine by AMG, because before were all like tuned versions of existing AMG engines. So it's pretty cool that this is that first in-house built by AMG by this famous Bernd guy, who also was responsible for the entire DTM program, Mercedes-Benz set it in, what is it, in the 80s, 90s, something like that. So yeah, he did some pretty badass stuff. And I think it was also the last engine he designed, because now he went into restoring old race cars, something like that. So he did some really great stuff in the automotive industry, because yeah, this is somehow a bloody race engine in a road legal car, because this engine ended production last year. So it was for the last time, I think, introduced in a brand new car, in the AMG GT3 race car. It was track only, of course, and it finished off with, I think it's 680 horsepower and 700 plus 30 newton meters of torque. So just imagine how this engine improved over, what is it, 18 years, to being an incredible engine still in 2006. But they managed to increase horsepower by 200 in 18 years. And AMG still being using this car, this engine in the GT3 cars is really impressive. So it shows how solid these things are built. Before I bought it, I was also, the first thing you do before you buy a car is Google issues, common problems, stuff like that. And in the performance, there was like none. Everything is like super solid. Engine, gearbox, no big common issues. So I was really happy about it. And on some forums, I tried to find some information, and I find not that many, but really like a lot of people with 400,000 kilometers on these engines, which is it's mind blow. Can't imagine the fuel that went through these things, but it's a pretty decent number. I bought this car at 150,000 kilometers, so I'm pretty good for the next coming years. That's was a pretty relief when I bought it, and honestly, I enjoy every second with it. Just the moment you start it up, people look really weird because it's like a normal old C-Class, no badges, so just 4 exhaust pipes, and people are like, what is this thing? But it's good because nobody looks at it, you're super discreet, people are just like tuning Mercedes-Benz kind of car, and that's something I really like. It's like for the true petrol heads, the true car guys, they're like, that's a cool car, that's a really cool car. And I'm missing the in new cars, it's like the soul part that that you miss in some of the new cars. This car is all about it. It's all about this special engine. And yeah, and all the rest is also just working fine. You know, the interior quality is superior. It's impressive because it's, I think, it's from 2013. This one, last one was from 2014. I always like having cars like on the last years of production, because it's like the best. All errors were fixed, stuff like that. But you can see how solid these things are built. The interior with 150,000 kilometers looks still so good. Of course, the steering wheel is a bit, is being used normal. But besides that, everything looks still fabulous. Everything works. The features that this car has, being from 2013, is pretty incredible. Okay, I don't have the CarPlay, but who cares? But I have the adaptive lights. I have memory seats on driver passenger side. I have the comfort access, so the easy closing or locking of the car all around, even the boot. Makes this car so easy to live with, and even a lot of modern cars don't even have these features or cost like super a lot of money. And yeah, that's a pretty cool thing about this car too. Drives so easily, gearbox does its thing. Yeah, I really like it. And it's so stylish, you know. I don't have AMG badges surrounding me like they do in nowadays cars sometimes. Just like on the speedometer, AMG, and besides it, I honestly can't see one single AMG badge besides being here my little button, which has the AMG unfiltered logo on it, which is a pretty cool logo. So, all right, let's drop a gear. Whew. Yeah, that's the sound you want to hear. One thing that it doesn't have, and it does bother me a bit, it's super weird. The car is like everything, but it doesn't have an LSD, so that's quite annoying sometimes, definitely when it's wet, and we're in Belgium, so it does happen quite often that it's raining. Because then it's like it's searching all around with the open diff. I have one tire fire like all the time if I want to. I do like to skid a bit around, so then it's quite annoying because it's too much power for an open diff. If it's like 350, it's fine, but yeah, it doesn't. I never get used to it. How bloody fast it pulls away, and you're like, okay, 3,000 RPM fine, 4,000 RPM fine, but it really pushes you in your seat. Very impressive for you need to think about it. It's quite an old car, and it really managed to give you that trigger feeling all the time. It's very special to be able to own one of these, and knowing that they build like, I don't know how many C63s there are, but it's quite a lot. I think it's like around 40,000. So I'm super honored to be able to own one of these, and I'm really gonna take care really good of it. So yeah, highway, super decent. If I manage to drive pretty chill. I also have the Distronic Plus, so the adaptive cruise, 2013. Not forget, it's quite impressive. Fuel consumption is really okay. I think since I own it, I am around 13 liters per 100 kilometer, which is not that bad. cops, not for me. Woo! So yeah, it's just not the biggest fuel tank either, and I always drove diesels before this one. I had a little funky Clio 2 172 Sport, fabulous car. So it can't really compare it because small engine, this big engine. So yeah, I do need to fill it up quite a lot. It's not ideal because yeah, I just don't like a lot of time I'm being at the fuel station. But that's quite frankly the only thing that sometimes bothers me about it. Gearbox is super fast, super smooth, even in town. Sometimes it's really like enthusiastic to drop in gears pretty fast, like tuk 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 tuk. I'm like, okay, stay a bit up in the gears, but with this little button here I can switch it to Sport Plus, whatever. But normally I leave it in comfort, and if I want to do some funky stuff I just put it in manual, and I play a bit with the beautiful aluminium pedals myself. That's nice. It feels like quality, again, quality. Red light, downshifting time. It sounds really mean. It's super funny to see that people sometimes are afraid of the sound. You're like, you fly by, people are like, what's coming? It's an old Mercedes passing by. Yeah, a really funny car. And it's like your typical Mercedes-Benz at the end of the line. You have the parking sensors in the dashboard and one up in the roof. It's all beautifully designed. I'm really liking it. I have this beautiful Harman Kardon surround system, which is really. People asking me to rev it. Okay. Love this. Oh my god, first time this happened. Oh. Woo! Sliding at 130. Perfect. What a car. Holy what a car. Okay, so this is how you get your driver license gone. It's such a dangerous car. I remember first month I had like 500 euros in fine. I was like, oh my god, this is such a bad car for me. It's really not okay. Lovely to see that, yeah, this car really does trigger some people, and it makes people who do love cars happy. Oh my god, that was super cool. Wow. So no, yeah, this is the first quick video of my very own Mercedes-Benz C63. I might share some more things with or about this car because it's really something special. Some more adventures, some more things we will do with it. But the main goal with AutoNext is to show very special cars, but a bit of everything, new, used cars too, cars that trigger us a bit somehow, because at the end we do love a lot of cars. If it's like from 10 years ago, from 20 years ago, it doesn't matter, but we really want to pick those special things out of it, and we will share our honest and first reactions with it. So that's going to be the special part. So this being the first video, my friend of mine, Bo, he's gonna drive this car later on today for the very first time too. I won't be in the car, so I have no idea what he's gonna say, but I'm pretty excited to see his reaction while driving this thing. So I would like to thank you for being part of this very first video of the AutoNext YouTube channel. There's so much more that will come to you very soon. So make sure to stay tuned. I would love you to subscribe because it's definitely gonna be worth it. So thank you very much for watching, and we will see each other again at another AutoNext video. Cheers, bye bye.